I think when you're on the outside looking in at anything that threatens your world view, the first line of defence is denial. So I had someone contact me recently about the Jason Parsons footage, the tree shaker, and suggested that it might have been a woodsman with no axe, no Harvey's vest, no chainsaw. This was a woodsman trying to push down a 50-foot tree. I mean, when you consider that that's the first line of defence is denial, and then an excuse like that, you know, this is what we're up against. And at first, when I started making the film, I thought I was really passionate about convincing those who didn't believe. But with my background in ufology and aliens and all that, the alternative media, you can't help but get a little bit defensive about it. You take that personal. But then I came to the realisation over a few months that until people get out on the ground and spend time in remote areas of woodland at night, that they will never experience it. They will never believe you. You will never be able to do enough. And then they hit you with a science stick. You're getting beat with a science stick. Science would know. Science would have found it by now. Science wouldn't have found it. Science isn't looking. Science doesn't want to look. It can't afford to look. There are too many consequences of looking. So the next step really in the film is, I'm hoping that it will just get people out already, just through the Facebook groups and the YouTube channels. I think the researchers may have doubled already in the last 6 months, because there weren't that many to start with. So I think this is only the start. I think for British wildman, British Bigfoot, you're going to see the interest in it, I think, go through the roof in the next year. And I'm hoping that this film can be a catalyst for that, and that, you know, any future projects will we can just keep increasing that and keep the interest going. But also, what I think is missing from American research, I mean, again, I'm looking from the outside in, and it's difficult when you're not part of a culture. That there seems to be a lot of backbiting in the Bigfoot world. It was no different in ufology. It's no different in ufology here in the UK. I think if we can root out at the very beginning and maintain a system where we share information, we're not constantly trying to debunk one another, trying to get one-upmanship. Who's the best researcher? Whose evidence is the best? How can we debunk that? I mean, I think that's the way forward, and I think that's how we'll maintain credibility in Great Britain, in the wild man of Great Britain.